Alrighty folks, it is Diecastbuffet here again. Welcome back to our Nascar Diecast review. Today we have the William Byron 2022 Valvoline Hendrick Chevrolet Camaro. And I have kind of a contrarian opinion on this. Some people love this car, some people might not. And I'll be talking about that more in the video. So without further ado, if you can, give it a thumbs up. Let's go and open it up out of the box. Alrighty, folks, we're out of the good old box, and here she is. So the first thing I'm noticing out of this, well, you know, with the car out of the box is it just me or some of the wheels not fully painted? Like you can see around the spokes in the center wheel hub on the left front wheel, that is, you know, plastic black. That it's not fully painted there. That's not the reflection. And on the rear wheel, it looks like it's actually fully painted. But the front one, unfortunately, is not. Sometimes it's a little bit misleading because of the shine and reflection. It makes it look like it's not. But the left front actually is not fully painted, which is kind of unfortunate. But let's go ahead and dive into this diecast review. Of course, pick this one up from our friends at Circle Diecast, and that's what this video is brought to you by. So you can save on shipping, guys, with the promo code down below. Make sure to check that out. Use code Diecastbuffet for any orders $30 or more. Looking at this car, it's kind of a mix match of a modern paint scheme, but also a retro paint scheme. And, you know, they've had some amazing Valvoline cars throughout the year. I mean, throughout the years. You know, you can go back to the Neil Bonnet days. You can go back to the Mark Martin days. They've done a lot of throwbacks on those, I'll be honest with you. But my favorite era of the Valvoline paint schemes, no doubt about it, is definitely the Johnny Benson era. I mean, my goodness, how many amazing paint schemes the number 10 car for Johnny Benson have. I mean, alternates, primaries, even the early Scott Riggs paint schemes, like the 04 Scott Riggs car. Oh my goodness, those cars were amazing. And then I look at Valvoline cars like this. I don't know, guys. I don't know. So the number one thing I don't like about it is that they have kind of a retro look to it, but at the same time, it's not retro. I don't know. It feels like they're trying to make the car have retro logos, but give it a modern design. To me, if you're going to go retro, just go all the way out, right? Like, do what they did at the Darlington Throwback Race in 2021. Make it a full-on throwback paint scheme. That paint scheme was so much better than this one. And then you look at the Kyle Larson Valvoline car, and it's red and it's white, very reminiscent of the Casey Kane 2010 Valvoline Budweiser car. And I don't know, man. To me, I've never liked the William Byron Valvoline cars because it just felt like it was, I don't know. It just felt like it was kind of in between. Got the yellow 24 right there, Sunoco once again. I like the little stripes in the front though. That definitely gives me some vintage vibes. But it's like we've seen these Valvoline colors with the 80s and 90s style logos done before. Martin has like 1,000 Valvoline paint schemes, and they look fantastic. To me, this one's just not it, fellas. I don't know. The number on this car is like extremely small, and I'll add some context to it. Look at this. I mean, look how large the number 6 is for Brad Keselowski, and look how tiny. Keep in mind, that's a double-digit number, and it's smaller than a single-digit number. So that's my point, is that needs to be larger there because there's way too much real estate that's out of place. And to me, the car just looks, it kind of looks ugly to me. I got to be honest with you. Like, I look at the Valvoline paint schemes in the past. You don't even have to go back too far. You can even go back to the Greg Biffle and Matt Kenseth Valvoline cars of 2011 and 2012, and look how beautiful they were. How did we get away from Valvoline logos looking like that to going back to this? I don't know. Like, it's cool for a throwback, a one-off or something, but go look at the 2003 or 2002 Johnny Benson primary Valvoline car. That thing would look 10 times better than this, in my honest opinion. Liberty University, Exalta, get Valvoline, HendrickCars.com, William Byron. I know some people like this car. That's great and all. I just wish they would have left it for a throwback or something instead of using it every single week. You know, if you're just going to run it as like a primary or a main alternate, just run the Kyle Larson style paint scheme, in my opinion. Because, I mean, Larson didn't run it too much. You can barely see the Goodyear logo there because it's like a very, very bright shade of yellow. It's not day glow, but it blends in pretty badly. They need a little bit of an outlining there. But you go to the back end of the car. This looks cool. I like the retro striping, guys. I'm just not a fan of the actual Valvoline logo. I don't like the wording, the font for it. This one's screwed up, unfortunately, the decal errors. But I don't know, man. They've had so many great Valvoline paint schemes throughout the years. Even the 2008 Patrick Carpentier Dodge Charger is 10 times better looking than this, in my opinion. That's just my honest opinion on it, guys. I don't know. I don't know. You go to the right side of the car here. The small 24, I don't know. I'm ready for them to just redo this whole paint scheme. Redo it all. I mean, if you want to do a throwback, that's great. But there are so many better looking paint schemes from Valvoline's NASCAR era. I mean, you just look at Larson's. I mean, look at Larson's 2021 Valvoline cars. How amazing they looked. That's my point, fellas. So, the roof of the car, I love the gigantic 24 on the roof. I really do. I love that. Bright, and it's got that Hendrick day glow feel to it. You know, yellow 24 just looks really good. But it also becomes an eyesore, because you look how large the roof number is, and it's like, wow, that looks great. And then you look how tiny the door number is. I mean, look at all the real estate. They could have, this is how they designed this paint scheme, guys. They could have left the number in the middle. They could have left it in the middle. I mean, like, they didn't even use all the real estate. Oh my goodness. I just don't like the you know, these paint schemes. They feel kind of rushed. They feel kind of lazy at times. You go to the back end of the car, you get the original motor oil. I don't know, man. I have kind of like a love-hate relationship with this car, because I like the retro aspects of it, but it's like we could have so much. A car looks so much better. I mean, I've said this 1,000 times on the channel. You could probably spend like 3 or 4 minutes on like a NASCAR forums or something, or Reddit, or even on Instagram, and you'll find probably like 20 different designers that could design a car that looks 10 times better than this, that the fans would love and go crazy for, and give so much more brand exposure for. They would probably do it for free, because they can design a paint scheme that looks so much better than this. That's just my honest 2 cents on that. I love the wheels. I just wish this one was painted a little bit different. It does appear, though, that this wheel is brighter than this one, which is really, really interesting. Like, if you honestly look at that, it looks like one wheel was brighter than the other. I don't know. But, yeah, that's all for now, guys. What do y'all think about this paint scheme? You know, I'm always grateful to get these cars, fellas, but that's the objective of a diecast review, is to, well, be objective. Find something in it. You know, every car is different, and that's the point of it. Like, this is a great paint scheme. Color generators forward, you got chrome numbers, transitions, big number, you know, just a beautiful looking paint scheme. And this is a weak paint scheme, and this is coming from a huge Chase Elliott fan. The Kelly Blue Book car looks like a bad Hellman's throwback for Dell Jr. That's what it looks like. Great looking paint scheme. Camouflage all over the race car. Looks fantastic. Great looking paint scheme. This, I'm not feeling it, guys. And I'll end the video on this. Is it better than that? The most bland next-gen paint scheme I've ever seen. The Kevin Harvick Hunt Brothers car. Probably. But that's all for now, guys. Thank you all again for watching. Have a great one. Diecast Buffet. Signing off.